Good morning, you're watching the Saturday show on the Totally Levy and Horn Football Podcast. And for those of you who watch on a regular occurrence on my channel, how I was very, very tempted to say hello and welcome to the Dugout Football channel. But we are on the Totally Levy and Home Football Podcast. No Karl today, no Karl, but I do have a fabulous, fabulous guest. With me for another week in a row on this channel is Mr. Jack Mack LFC. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Thank you very much for having me, Karl. I've taken over now, so mate, you're not coming back on. So. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the footy. Should be obviously our lads against Tottenham on Sunday, which we'll get to. Yeah, it's heating up, as we were saying to Karl last week. We were all discussing with chat. It's very tight down there, and then I was hoping that we had the title race on, but it's game over now, isn't it, mate? So, but yeah, nice one, Karl, and nice one, Doug.
So it's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. Morning, Chris. Hope you're well today. Another big weekend of football, and especially with the last two weekends of the League One and League Two as well. And then Chris is saying, well, we will obviously speak about everything in the football world as well. But obviously, the news did break last night, and I did want to discuss this to begin with. Mr. James freaking Milner, as Liz Golden would like to say, it looks like that his long affiliation of Liverpool Football Club looks like it is coming to an end, with Brighton and Burnley potentially being the front runners for James Milner. What I will say, James Milner has been an absolutely magnificent servant to Liverpool Football Club, and wherever he goes next, he will thrive anyway. But Jack, was there a kind of feeling that you thought maybe James Milner would stick around?
Probably, yeah, because I think how many times have we done this? At the beginning of the year, James Milner, will it be his last year? And he kept on signing contract extensions over the last couple of years. As you've alluded to, he's come to Liverpool. He's won absolutely everything that is on offer, apart from the Europa League and all that. But the main ones he's won. Yeah, he's been a tremendous servant. He is a Liverpool legend, because I think anyone, especially me and your age, mate, or our generation, of this has been the best team that we've grew up, certainly in our lifetime. And he's been a massive facet to really why Liverpool have been so dominant, really. Age has crept up on him. He's probably still the fittest player, but in terms of the philosophy, as we know, Jurgen Klopp, especially going to the next season, we need legs in that midfield, and sadly, he can't keep up in the modern era.
No, he's been a fabulous servant. I mean, what is it, over 600 appearances in the Premier League? I think he's almost basically near Gareth Barry, actually. When you think
about it. Yeah, I was going to say. Right, when you think about it, that's crazy numbers anyway, mate. But go ahead, Jimmy. Absolute legend.
Yeah. He's won everything that you can think of at Liverpool, can't you? Like the Champions League, the Premier League. Just every single trophy that he could potentially get his hands on. FA Cup, League Cup. Obviously the Club World Cup as well, the Super Cup. Those are the kind of trophies that you stick around for, and he's managed to do that all at Liverpool. But yeah, I think the time is probably right. I think it's now. I think Liverpool are in a bit of a rebuild stage. I think we probably both agree with that, and I think it is. I think it's the right time for him to move on. But he has been a fabulous servant. I mean, obviously Ribena. He likes his Ribena.
Like us all. He's got a. Do you reckon he's got a share in Ribena or something? I don't know. You never know. He promoted that quite a lot, doesn't he? So
I know, but no, I think I think wherever James Milner goes, I mean, Chris actually says here, wonderful servant James Milner has been. I can see him at Burnley teaming up with ex-City teammate Company.
Yeah, they've got quite a, I wouldn't say inexperienced side. Obviously, they've done absolutely phenomenal in the Championship, but I think that's certainly what you'd need, similar with the Brighton team as well, though, Chris, innit? I think both teams have got a lot of youth in the squad, and I think, like he has been for Liverpool, as we know, he'll be a massive asset, really, especially if Company or De Zerbi. Imagine, I couldn't envision Milner playing De Zerbi ball, but he's a very good manager. I think he could probably integrate him in a certain way anyway. Obviously, our mate Adam Lallana at Brighton as well, so he'll have a couple of mates there. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, 100%. And Milner would have signed a new contract. Would have been like Rocky Balboa still fighting for the world title with the walking stick and gloves on. That's it. I think he's come to an age now where I think he just needs to move on. But me thinking with Brighton, there's maybe something thinking that there may be a deal in there with maybe McAllister. Maybe McAllister coming to Liverpool and Milner to Brighton. I don't know, but
on
it's
a free as well.
All ifs and buts.
What is it? Imagine on a free as well, like a total out and out swap from Alexander McAllister.
Absolutely. Milner plays with the badge, no nonsense, not a soft pillow like most players, not 100%. But yeah, James Milner looks like he is going to be leaving Liverpool after 2015. So he's been at the club 8 years.
Yeah, that's flew by.
Fantastic.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Is he the best? Sort of free transfer for you, or is it still Gary Mack?
As you see with my video, mate, I'd say those two. I think Rovers grew up on stories of Gary Mack anyway, and how much of an important role he had, especially in that 2001 team, in terms of Gerard Houllier and all the lads. But yeah, I think it's slightly better because he's won the Prem and the Champions League. If Gary had won the treble or something, but both excellent examples of certain things. Even if Liverpool compete in the next couple of years, Doug and chat, if we need to add that added experience, you never know. I wouldn't rule it out in the next couple of years if a player would come in like Milner has done and offers a bit of experience, really.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. Hello, 1892 Reds TV. I'm guessing that this is Mr. Luke Burns. Hello, mate. Jesus Christ, Jack is up before 2 p.m.
Behave, lads. You absolute savage. I'm always up early, lads. You know me, got me cup of tea.
Luke, I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well. I know that is Luke. Peter Raymond's in. Hello, mate. Morning, lads, and happy 24th birthday to the legend himself, Chris Welsh. Chris, happy birthday.
Kept that quiet, didn't you, Chris? Happy birthday, lads.
Happy birthday, mate. To the legend himself, Chris Welsh. Definition of no nonsense, very brutal with his opinions. Hello, Panoff as well. Hope you are well. In terms of achievements, Milner is the best free transfer in Liverpool's Premier League history. 100% agree with you, Luke, as well. Right, we will go on and talk about, the Premier League. And,
just a couple of big games in there.
Just a couple. I mean, where do we start? Let's sort of start with the teams at the bottom, because you did this game on your channel, wasn't it? Southampton against Bournemouth. Massive win for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's bye-bye Saints, doesn't it?
Oh, they are finished, mate. Finito, as the Italians would say. They are done, mate. They are absolutely abysmal. You know me, I've done quite a couple of watch-alongs. You do look at the Ev, and I'm hoping we're jumping to that game, because that is probably the game of the weekend, Monday night. Well, technically it's the weekend, Monday. But that is 6. I'd even class that as a bloody 12-pointer. It's so important, really. But Southampton, mate, they're so limp up front in terms of weakness in the attacking third. Adams, when he come on, didn't really offer much. He got a goal. It was offside. It was the right call anyway. But Bournemouth, tremendous, mate. I don't know who you had to go down, mate, but for me, I think a lot of people's predictions would have had Bournemouth to go down. The budget, yes, you've spent a bit of money, but it got midway through this Premier League campaign and it looked like Bournemouth were done. But fair enough to Bournemouth. They changed it, got Gary on. There's my alarm. I've missed my alarm. It's a bit of a late alarm anyway. That's probably I don't even know why that's on anyway. But Gary O'Neill, he kept with him at the football club, and I think it's massively paid off because we've seen so many managers there, Doug and Chas, that they've got rid of the manager over the last couple of months, and it's not really worked. Leeds, but yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. Lucas saying his 2 p.m. alarm. Then he's obviously saying Southampton, Leeds, and Everton Football Club going down. Yes, Tom, if you're watching, mate, I didn't say those words. I did not say those words. Can't stay long, lads. Live at 11 a.m. ourselves for our Spurs preview, and obviously audience lit trophy lift this afternoon. Oh, you got a ticket. I'm so happy for you, mate, because obviously me and you were speaking throughout the week, and you were saying, "Oh, I need a ticket, I need a ticket, I need a ticket," and then I was like, "Oh, you can't miss the trophy lift, So, no, big congratulations, obviously, Leighton Orient for winning League Two. League Two, smashed it, absolutely smashed it. As well. Hello, Jordan Parkshaw, thank you for tuning in, mate. Hope you are well. Oops, Daisy. I did go a little bit farther. Cheers, lads, for the. I don't get a hassle with birthdays, etc. A load of nonsense for me, quite different. Yeah. Who are Carlisle playing today, Chris? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Chris says I had Leeds Forest, Bournemouth down at the start of the season. I had Bournemouth. I had Fulham, so that's 2 already wrong. And the other one was Southampton. I did pick Southampton to go down at the start of the season. Who were your 3 to start with to go down?
Oh, probably Everton. I can't really remember, mate. I'll try and get it up here anyway. But it's I think I definitely had. It was Leeds, one of them. I think he had Southampton. I think for some weird reason, I had Palace. I don't know why, if it can cast my mind back. But I thought they'd have a quite bad season anyway. But I suppose they were nearly close in relation to that, right? But I'll have a quick look anyway. But yeah, it's... And even if a couple of these teams don't go down, similar with Everton last season, Everton had a scare last year, and they didn't really react in the right way. They've just continued to do what they done last year, and it's foreseen them being in the position that they are currently this season. So even if the teams do survive, the teams that do survive this year, I think they're 100% going to be going down because it's the Premier League's just got so much difficult. And shout out Unai Emery as well, though, Doug. Like I think they were 4th from bottom or close to relegation zone when he took over. Obviously, Gerrard wasn't doing the best of the job, but tell you what, if they get Europe, he gets manager of the year for me, mate. The job he's done is not short of a miracle, really.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think Emery's done a fantastic job since he's gone in there, and they were 16th when he took over, and now they're sitting 6th. That's mental, absolutely mental. And I know they're obviously behind Tottenham at the moment, but they've done a magnificent job. I got a ticket and I actually have a spare. Oh, well, there you go. And then happy birthday, Chris, up there, Carlisle as well. Go and check out the 1892 Reds TV. Very, very good channel with Luke and Ricky. So go and check them out. And also, good morning to the upper tier, Niall. Hope you are well, my friend. Big up, lads, the morning brew with 2 of the top creators. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
I'm not tough, Nigel. You know me. Me and Doug aren't tough, but thank you very much for your kind words.
Thank you for the very kind words. We are home to the embarrassment of a club sold for the kings of failure. We're smashing them 5-1. Oh, we're smashing them 4-1 at their place. Fighting talk, Chris. Fighting talk.
Are they promotion spots there, Chris? I know. I'm guessing from that they bottled it this season.
Let me double check. League 2 table. Salford are actually in the playoffs at the moment. So obviously, Leyton Orient champions. Northampton Town 80. Stevenage 79. So that's obviously the three that are potentially going up at the moment. Stockport 4 points behind Stevenage. Carlisle are then in 5th on 75. So theoretically, Carlisle and Stockport need Stevenage to lose today to have a chance. I think if a win for Stevenage, I think gets them promoted anyway. Salford are 6th at the moment, and Bradford are 7th at the moment. But seems to be between Salford, Bradford, and Mansfield for those final spots, because those three are all on 72 points. And
I get the table up there, Doug. I've just shared the screen. Yeah, there you go.
So it's
if you click that share button there, look.
there we go. There we go. Aye, so there you go. It's really, really, really tight. That's League One, I think.
Oh yeah, League Two we need.
Hello, Ross Morgan as well. Hope you're well. We all hate Salford. Haven't been fighting with relegation for years. I think this is the year for me.
There we go.
The guy from Villa winning the Europa, he's the godfather of that. I'd imagine. Cheers, 92 Reds. Hopefully, Carlisle joined the promotion party. Jack, you're a proper top red, lol.
Jesus, don't say that now. They still have a field day.
So there you go. Basically, Mansfield, Bradford, and Salford are all on 72 points. A win for Carlisle would guarantee them into the playoffs, and it'd be a marvellous achievement for Carlisle as well. And obviously, from us, Chris, we do hope you make you still have a chance of going up. You still have a chance of going up as well.
Tell you what, Doug and Jazz, Bradford, a massive city anyway, and a big history in English football, as we know. So it's mad how, like, when you look at like the league tables over the last couple of years, like some of the teams, look at Sunderland in League One. I know all the Geordies would be happy about that, but there's always the occasional team that does drop down, and you're like, bloody hell, how have they got there?
I know. It is weird. It is weird to see those kind of teams in the League Two, but it is what it is. Salford and Bradford have underachieved with their backing. I'd absolutely agree with that, 100%. And it's quite weird that what's his face is manager of them as Mark Hughes, of course, as well. But obviously, we will get into that very, very shortly. We will go through the Premier League as well. Wolves Crystal Palace. This was a game where both of them were probably safe, both on 37 points now. Wolves have been going from strength to strength under Lopetegui, but Palace have actually been pretty surprising under Roy Hodgson.
Very, very much, right. I slagged off disappointment, really. I think the majority of people did, because I don't think... Yes, Palace for this season's expectations. They're one of those teams that they're very good in terms of throughout the campaign, even last year.
Yeah.
Helped us out in terms of the title race as well. Palace seem to be... They've got the hoodoo over Manchester City in recent seasons, taking big points off them, especially against the big teams as well. But over the last couple of months, it's not really worked out for Patrick Vieira. But you look at the impact in which Elise and Eze, they've somehow become even better. Obviously, that's due down to the coaching from Roy Hodgson. As I said, I always joke on my channel saying I think Roy's died and gone to heaven. I think that's what he feels like in terms of literally he's come to the club and he's got likes of Eze, Elise, and all the talented players that they have at Palace. Like, it's not like back in the day when he was managing like certain other clubs. But yeah, it's Palace are a very well-run football club. I admire what they do. Got a lot of talented players, and obviously the academy speaks for itself anyway. Gaihi, I love him. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves to another Premier League club in the next 12 months, because he's a very talented player. So, yeah. Palace, Roy, I think he's got like 3-4 back-to-back results in recent weeks, and that's seen them be safe in the Premier League. Yeah. But I suppose that's what you get with the experience Roy has.
Absolutely, and they've got a very, very good chance of potentially, I say this through obviously trying not to laugh at this, but they could potentially go up with Chelsea today if they beat West Ham, which would be
That's
absolutely hilarious.
that's mad. We all know how bad Chelsea have been, but you keep on defying expectations. And bloody hell, they need to get Big Sam back into that club in a minute. If they continue dropping points, bloody hell.
It's not very good. Leeds 1, Leicester 1. A result that really doesn't really do anything to both of them. Leicester sitting 18th at the moment. Leeds are sitting in 16th at the moment. But even when I keep saying this, Leeds always seem to find a way of conceding stupid goals. And this time it was to Jamie Vardy, who hasn't scored, I think, since August.
Yeah, he's been at, I'll say, his right patch, really, but he's. We all know is he 36 years old now? We know he come into the football Premier League echelons, really. And fair play to him. That's one story for any young lads out there in terms of the divisions. It's never too late to really start your professional career, and he's been absolutely exceptional in all accounts. But I was watching this game, mate. You know me. I was doing a watch along, and Leeds this season. What can we say? A lot of people, as a lot chat's already alluded to, the more or less majority of people have them down. I think the sacking of Jesse March, for me, I feel if they would have kept hold of him, I think they would have got out of this predicament. I know last year they had the likes of Rodrigo and certain other players in the team that they've got rid of anyway, but Calvin Phillips, two massive players for them in terms of their survival push last season, but yeah, they don't score enough goals, in all honesty, mate, for me. And that game, they were very fortunate enough. I was even bloody surprised that they scored. I think it was Sinisterra, ball to the back stick. Well, no, he scored anyway. Sorry, it was a ball by
Harrison,
yeah, sorry that. In terms of that, they didn't really create enough in that game, but yeah, you do worry. I think if they go down, I don't know how you feel, Doug, in chat. I think if they go down, I think it'll be another 15, 16 years until they can come back into the Premier League.
Yeah, I know. Carl, sorry if you're watching this as well.
Sorry,
plus, Sinisterra is out for the rest of the season. How big a blow is that for Javi Gracia?
Massive, mate, but I think Javi Garcia is playing for the sack, in all honesty. I was speaking to Karl about this last week, and you just watch him on the sideline, like, what are you seeing? Like, you got Gnotto, he was on the bench, and it was the Somerville change. For Somerville last week was their best player. It was their best attacking outlet in terms of the player that was creating a lot of opportunities within a game. But he benched him. I was like, what are you foreseeing tactically from this team? He's probably just waiting for that paycheck, really. And it's the thing when you do get managers from abroad that really don't have an affiliation to the football club. If Bielsa would have been there, probably would have conceded a lot of goals, but I think he would have had a better opportunity having Bielsa or March to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, but obviously to their loss, Nottingham Forest 3, Brighton 1. What a result for Forest!
Ridiculous, mate. This was when we all looked at the fixtures, mate. I watched the highlights. Obviously, I was doing the Leeds game that evening, mate. But you obviously missed a penalty in the first 5-10 minutes anyway. The game because both Pascal Grob with obviously an own goal, but we know Brighton have been flying. But I felt watching the highlights back that they looked very lethargic, very tired. The FA Cup semi-final, obviously going all the way to penalties, massively had a big impact, and potentially what the ramifications for that in the next couple of weeks. It could damage European hopes for Brighton, which would be a disappointment, in all honesty, mate.
Yeah, it would be. I think Brighton have had a fabulous season. And whether or not they do get Europe, I think they will do well. I think they will do well next season. It's going to be interesting to see how many players they can obviously keep. I think this summer, but yeah, that was a bit of a shocking result. I've got to say. Worrying news, obviously, is that Neco Williams is out for the rest of the season with a broken jaw. that could have been a lot worse. Because I remember actually, I was on Listen Till I Die. I was doing a sort of a watch along for West Ham Liverpool, and Chris was obviously doing Nottingham Forest Brighton. He was obviously doing Manchester City Arsenal at sort of the same time. And he said to me, that's a really bad one for Neco Williams. So the fact that he's only got a broken jaw, when he was on his side on the stretcher, that was what I was really, really worried about. I thought he had a really serious injury there, but I think he's a bit fortunate to get away with a broken jaw. But obviously, best wishes to Neco Williams. And scores his first goal for Nottingham Forest last weekend at Anfield, and then goes off against Brighton with a broken jaw. But Forest, I still think they will get dragged into it because of their goal difference. I think their goal difference is the worst in the Premier League.
Yeah, I quickly get the table up here, mate, for everyone. Really, it's madness, mate. I think what are they on now? 30 points. But when I analyse the fixtures, mate, and I think when we've done this, everyone, when we're speaking to our mates or family members in relation to the relegation dogfight, it's absolutely mad. Look at those 3 points against Brighton. They're 3 points that they weren't expected to get, mate. So if you look to the other fixtures, it's a massive 3 points. But you'd hope, what will this do in terms of Forest's confidence? But as I said, I think them keeping hold of Steve Cooper and not sacking him, I think that will be the defining factor for why they stay in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, 100%. We've got more people joining. Hello, Philip Bidwell. Hope you're well. Connor's in the building. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. Connor, if you are free, I know it is very, very early in the morning, but you are very, very welcome to come on. If you give me a thumbs up in the chat, I can.
Probably got his pajamas on, mate. It's all good.
Brian Morrissey, hello, mate. Hope you're good. Hope you're good as well. And Ant is in the building. Dino. Yes, absolutely. As well. West Ham 1, Liverpool 2. 3 wins in a row. How does that feel, Jack? 3 wins in a row. We haven't done that a lot this season.
I remember when we used to go on 12, 13 match unbeaten runs. Those were the days. But that is obviously the expectations of Liverpool Football Club, getting those big, long streaks. But it's been, as we know, mate, we've done countless shows. Even I was speaking to the West Ham lads this week anyway, and them as neutrals, they were like, Jack, what's happening with your club? And I was like, I don't know. It's a case of just having not enough quality in that midfield, and obviously the certain injuries to certain players throughout the season, mate. But the crux of it really is, as we know, we just haven't been good enough this year. But if we can, a couple of the links that we've seen this week, if we can get a couple of them players, massively helps us for our push for the league title, because that's the expectation every single season. If we're getting it over, then competing for the league, especially considering the manager we've got and obviously the players currently that we do have. But yeah, much better. Cody Gakpo. The more and more I watch this, lads. I wasn't one of them jumping on the bandwagon. 3 games. What does he bring? I think if you people that were writing them off after about 2-3 games, going, what do we see? They just didn't have a fully understanding, because he was doing enough in those games. Yes, Liverpool weren't picking up the points required, but in terms of when you analyse this game and you watched him, he's doing everything. Especially you do think when we're in our full flow, Doug, in the next 12 months, we can get back up to those standards. I think Cody Gakpo is going to be a very special player. And you look at that, 35 to 40 million in today's market. He's just another, I think he's going to be like another Salah. He's going to be an absolute bloody steal of a price.
100%. 36 million we pay for him. As well. Connor says, Jack's normally still in bed snoring his head off.
You can tell he's speaking to Luke and Ricky at the minute, can't you? Oh,
dear. Andrew Quinn is in. Hello, mate. Yes, lads, how are we? Imagine Ugarte, McAllister, Gravenberch next season. That is already doing out to be a very, very good.
That is naughty, that Andrew.
That is very, very naughty. Niall says Cody's will turn out to be a steal. 100%. 100%. Chelsea 0, Brentford 2. Frank Lampard, 5 games, 5 defeats. Now, I'm going to ask you a very, very simple question, Jack.
No.
Will Frank Lampard win any of his remaining games in charge of Chelsea?
No.
I genuinely think that as well.
And I bet you get stupid odds anyway. You get like, what is it? Probably 1 to 5. You have to put a 5 on to get a quid back. Could he? Well, he could have easily if we had another 10, 15 games left in the season, he could have broke world football. He would have sent 2 football clubs down in the space of 1 season.
Yeah.
And that's mad. He sent the Ev down. Job completed. And he could potentially... They're an absolute mess. Chelsea,
yeah.
mate, what do you put that down to, mate? Old chat. Like, the thing I don't like is Todd Bowley going into the dressing room after every poor result. I get it's your baby and you've bought the club and you could... But sod that. If I'm a manager or even an interim manager, I'm telling him to just... He's an owner. He should be in the stands. Sod off.
Yeah. I mean, Roman Abramovich didn't used to do that. I never heard once of Abramovich going into the dressing room, especially after like a really, really bad defeat. But Bowley seems to be doing it every single week. Honestly, Chelsea are a mess. The only thing that is actually doable for them is I actually think they're safe. They're 10 points above the relegation zone. It's those points earlier in the season that Thomas Tuchel got that has actually kept them in the league. Now, Potter, to his credit, he did get some wins for Chelsea, but not many. And when I look at it this time, I mean, Russ says Chelsea beat Arsenal. I can't see Chelsea winning a single game of football. They don't score goals.
Russ Hughes is smacking them about 10-0, mate. They are shocking.
They are shocking. The only leader in that Chelsea team, in my honest opinion, and sorry to any Chelsea fans if you're watching this, is Thiago Silva. At the age of 38, I think he is now, Thiago Silva. He is more of a leader in that Chelsea side than anybody else. Chelsea are a complete and utter mess.
Did you see? It just coincides with what you just said there. It makes as well with Thiago. Like, if you haven't seen his comments from like last week after they got beat, it was stark contrast. He basically said that they're not good enough anyway, but he more or less called out the manager and the structural basis of what Chelsea. And like, when you've got your captain or like your main man at the football club saying that, then I think even he's had enough anyway. You only have to follow Thiago Silva's wife. She bloody flips on. She's far too of a loose cannon anyway in terms of some of the stuff she said this season in terms of owners and players and digging out players. But yeah, it's and playing Sterling up front. You knew and shout out
Gallagher and Sterling as false nines. No,
he was playing Kante as a cam against Real Madrid. And he wonders why the chances didn't go in. Like, you've got a DM in the 6-yard box. We all love Kante, I think. We all do anyway.
Oh, he's fabulous, but he's never a cam. Never a cam.
Like, it was ridiculous, mate. But Brentford, shout out to Thomas Frank, though.
Yes.
Like, what a manager. The fact that he's kept Brentford, I don't think we really fathom how much of a transfer budget they have got in the Prem. And the performance level in which he gets out of that team is quite staggering. But that just goes and indicates how much of a technical understanding. And it helps, obviously, having Mr. I bet up front, getting hat-tricks most games anyway. Good old Tony. I'm hoping he doesn't get absolutely the book thrown at him. He might put a little dabble anyway, but at the end of the day, as long as he's not put...
Niall says, 1-1 in 19 and we will Mount Gallagher as laughable. Yeah. Chelsea does every game this season now, and he was right saying this, Douglas, on my show last night. I've just got a feeling now you're going to win any game from now on until the end of the season, playing real life FIFA Ultimate Team. Hello, good morning. Hope you are well. Morning, my favourite Scousers. Thank you very much. Imagine sitting in the dressing room on a 5-year contract, 300k a week, and Bully shouting at you. I'd laugh into his mush. Guess I used to do after big wins. See, that's different. That's different. I can understand if it was like big wins. Like Manchester United, for example, 5-3. That was an amazing result. I can understand that. But the fact that he keeps going into the dressing room after every single defeat is ludicrous. If you appoint Lampard, you deserve to be relegated. You're a bigger laughing stock, 100%. Lampard needs to go to the Championship and learn his trade. Chelsea were deluded to bring him in my opinion. Arsenal were 3-1 at home to beat the bottom of the season. We are shocked. Dorian Albert have more goals in England than Chelsea. Yeah, they do. Chelsea are 10 points from the pit. I don't see them going down still. Abysmal they are, and Todd needs to take a long, hard look at himself and his shopping habits. He basically told Foley to stay away. Cody was written off as soon as we signed him, just like Núñez was at the beginning of the season, which is foolish. Even though I said Cody was the wrong signing, in my opinion, in January, I didn't. We're now seeing proper Chelsea. Sorry, in English. Arsenal were 3-1 down at home to the team in the bottom league. We are shocked. Morning, Hella. Can Chelsea get approached by FFP?
You've got.
I read. I don't know if this is true or not. Chelsea need to get rid, I think, of 150 million of players. I think I read something in those lines to be in that financial fair play. It's madness, absolute madness.
You've got players on 12-year contracts, chat. Are you mad? Enzo Fernandez, literally, I think he's contractually at the club until 2032, 23 season.
Yeah.
33 season, sorry. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Lampard said, I don't have a magic wand, no Frank, but you have a squad worth of £1 billion. He's a complete fraud. Do some coaching. That is well said. That is awesome. Big up Daz Reynolds. Hope you are well, mate. Morning, Brian. Probably one of them people who raided all the toilet roll in lockdown. Morning, Panoff. Call Tadino's Tricky Foxes. I did see that. And Daz is also saying big up as well. We have briefly talked about Manchester City, Arsenal, but Everton 1, Newcastle United 4. Now, Everton's next 5 fixtures, chat.
Yeah, we'll get them.
Let me know how many points they get. So, Leicester away on Monday.
Yeah, share the screen there, la. Yeah, I've got them up.
You got them up?
Yeah, the fixtures.
Right, so there we go. So we've got Leicester Everton, Brighton Everton, Everton Man City, Wolves Everton, and Everton Bournemouth. Jack, I don't know about you. Where is the next points coming from?
Oh. Could you imagine? Like, that's a 6 point. Well, you'd hope. Well, Bournemouth are probably safe now anyway. But that is a 9, 12 pointers, we know. Big up there, Ants. Yeah. Potentially Leicester. Sorry, Ants, if you're still in. But I think that's the only team really can see him. And potentially Wolves. Wolves have been an absolute shambles. But I know Everton have been poor. But it's either then it'd be Leicester or Wolves, really, mate. Because I think Bournemouth have played them off the park. One last hurrah at Goodison. But you never know, mate. If as we've already alluded with Forest, if they can string a couple of performances together, Leicester can get a couple of wins as well along the way in the next couple of weeks. Then the problem will become, Doug, I don't know how you feel, mate, or chat, is if it's not in Everton's hands, that's the big issue in the next 100%. Couple of weeks. If they've got control of their destiny, that's what you'd much rather. Whether that be a title chance, top 4, you'd much rather you be it down to you, really, to get the points.
I mean, Ant says they lose on Monday, they're down. I absolutely agree. I don't see them getting anything from Brighton.
Yeah, 3 points for Leicester on Monday, mate. We put them on 32. It's crazy, man.
It obviously dropped Forest and Leeds. West Ham, I mean, we'll obviously get to Premier League predictions shortly, but I look at West Ham and I see enough from West Ham to stay in this league. I saw enough from them the other night to say Benrahma, Antonio, Ings, Bowen, Rice, Paqueta, who I absolutely love as a player. Paqueta, I thought he was excellent the other night. And even at the back, Aguerd, Ogbonna, like they've got players there who I think if you look at them again, they will stay safe. They will be up there. They will be up there for me. But
Yeah,
it is very very.
Yeah, I've just seen West Ham's fixtures there. Sorry, miss. It's obviously they've got eyes on the European semi-final, and that's not going to be easy. But yeah, still got City, West Ham against United. I think United have lost a couple of times.
United's away record is
not the
poor.
best records. So it's madness, mate. Obviously, we've just beat them. It's madness, mate.
They'll get 15 points and have them deducted for FFP breaches. Possibly.
The best thing to happen there, Doug, sorry, great point that you mentioned there, is it's better if they get hit now, because I think if they get hit with a 15-point deduction in the championship, that's massive for next season.
It is massive. It is massive. Hella says they may get a draw on one or two of these, see them losing the majority. Wolves and Bournemouth, Everton might win because both teams will have nothing to play for, avoiding the drop. Saints and Everton are down. The third spot is between Leicester, Leeds, and Forest, in my opinion. We would be safe now by now. Brendan went earlier. Dino was playing all right now. Your owners just sat on their hands and letting this happen. Yeah, 100%, mate, as well. Right.
Sorry there, Doug.
Oh.
We've seen that. I mean, Forest, Southampton, that's a 6-pointer as well.
That's a massive game for them.
And they need to go away on the final day to Palace. You'd anticipate Roy and the boys would be on holiday, but one put it past Roy, the dinosaur. And obviously Forest are getting 3 points against Chelsea. Yeah, so they'll be sound.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Just very, very quickly, because there was one match in the Championship last night, and
big result.
Unfortunately, Blackpool are relegated. They lost a 5-goal thriller. It was, in fact, against Millwall. They lost by 3-2. Blackpool are obviously down now because of the fact that there needs to be a big swing between them and Huddersfield Town. Blackpool, Jack, it's been a mad one this season, because I kind of remember them when they were actually in the Premier League. They were a very, very good side in the Premier League.
Done a double over us, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did. But it's been a mad season. Like, obviously, I know with Critchley leaving to go to QPR. Obviously, that didn't work. I mean, QPR are kind of QPR are all right now. But when you look at it, I mean, Mick McCarthy coming in, that was a joke. That was a really weird decision. But yeah, Blackpool back in League One, it just doesn't feel like it.
No, but that just goes to indicates really the mismanagement from quite a lot of clubs. Really, we know the budget at Blackpool when they come into the Prem defied expectations, as we mentioned there, doing a double over Liverpool. But yeah, it's obviously getting that money for Charlie Adam. You'd think that they'd better prepared that. That's like a lot of money back in the day. Anyway, how much did we buy him for? Was it 15-20 million? For Charlie Adam. We'll see how. Don't get me started.
If Everton get relegated, it could be a generation before another Merseyside derby, like what happened to Leeds. That could be potential. Daz, what are you drinking? What has gone to your brain that you think Everton will beat City?
No, I think he means Leicester City. Do you mean Leicester City, Daz?
Is it Leicester City?
Yeah, I think so. It does.
Saints there's a couple to hiring Nathan Jones relegated them. Yeah, absolutely. Carlisle going away to Blackpool next season. Maybe a nice wee trip at the seaside.
Yeah, I was going to say go to Blackpool Beach anyway, or the fairground rides anyway.
Yeah. Also, by the way, congratulations to Burnley and Sheffield United. Burnley winning at Ewood Park. I mean, Blackburn fans, you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your life, knowing that Burnley, your biggest arch rivals, won the league at your ground. That is going to be so painful to actually, get in your brain. Let me just say that.
Especially knocking them out of the promotion spots as well, mate.
Yes.
Like, that is massive. I've got the league table up for the championship there. Do you want to bring that up?
It is mad. Oops, it is. It is mad. This championship. I mean, I look at this like, I mean, anybody from sort of
it goes from obviously 3, 4, 5
downward, the 10th upwards could probably get into the playoffs.
Norwich, Preston, West Brom. It's what I love, mate. Like, obviously, it's not ideal for all these coaches, but it just goes to show how strong the championship is. And as we mentioned with a couple of teams to go down, I mentioned it with Everton. If Everton are going down, yes, they probably will get rid of a large majority of their squad. But I tell you what, you look at Sunderland, Blackburn, massive clubs, Middlesbrough. I'm hoping Luton do come into the Prem, Doug, because it's a fairy tale story, that really, mate. Because you do deserve it, but I'm hoping he can do the job anyway. Obviously, Sheffield, as you alluded to, getting promoted, which is great for them already. So, congratulations.
Yeah, Dan, if you're watching this, I know that he's actually going to Bristol City today. That's going to be a cracking game, that one. Last away trip for Burnley in the Championship, and then obviously I think they're at home next weekend. But on the other hand, Wigan could be relegated today if they lose. Reading, they're another one. I know they had a points deduction, Reading, but Paul Ince, I mean, anybody could do a better job than Paul Ince. Let me just say that.
It just goes to show good players don't make good managers. We're seeing that with Gerrard, seeing that with Lampard. I think
sorry, Brian. sorry.
It's, you do wonder, like, certain managers get opportunities. Like, you look at Michael Beale, the good job in which he done at QPR, really. And obviously going to Rangers not really worked out anyway. I think he will be getting sacked this season, Beale. But yeah, you look at managers that have worked the backside off in terms of like going through the divisions, getting into a big job at championship level, and then potentially the prime example is Brentford, mate. Like, he's a manager that stepped up, but yeah, it's at the cost of.
I gave this. To be honest with you, and I'd actually been planning going down to Bristol because obviously I work within a base, and we've got a base down in Bristol. So I was actually going to go down to Bristol, and one of the things I really wanted to do is actually get to a game at Ashton Gate next season. I'll definitely do that. Well done to Burnley on promotion, back-to-back Premier League. Well deserved. Absolutely fantastic job the company has done. Looks a proper manager. I know can't judge it on the Championship, but it's a hard league. I hate playing Burnley. They're a bloody nightmare, but I like the club. Spot on, hell, especially signing that many players, which could have easily gone on like Forest. He's proper manager and the leader as well. Impressive job for him. Can't wait to see him manage the Premier League. Blue Millers are playoff final, in my opinion, says Chris. Yeah.
How does the promotion? Sorry, there, Doug. How does the promotion? So is it third place?
I think it's third place sixth, and then I think it's fourth place fifth. I think. Could you imagine Millwall in the Premier League?
Oh, the police would actually have to do the job. Well, even though they'd literally probably get a lot of overtime because it'll be chock-a-blocker.
Arteta's one of the exceptions to the rule. He's gone in at Arsenal and they've given him time. Yeah, absolutely, indeed. But we will go on to our Premier League predictions, Jack, because in about half an hour's time, you will be going live with a watch-along of Crystal Palace West Ham. So,
which name?
I mean, Palace already safe. West Ham, I think another win will keep them up. What are you going to go for?
Watch both of these teams quite intensely, really. Palace, as I said, Roy and the boys. I think one of the lads, I don't know, Elise might be potentially injured. But if that's the case, I'd probably go West Ham. But yeah, for the last couple of weeks, I think we've all writ off Palace, but they just keep on winning. I think they've got so much quality up front. But yeah, I'm going to go Palace. I'd say 2-1, 3-1. I do think there's goals for both teams. It's just whether similar, like when we played them a couple of days ago, Hammers. If they need to step it up really. But a win for West Ham would more or less see them safe.
I'm going to on West Ham. I think they win the day. I think they're safe. Oh, Brian is saying Zaha's back.
Oh yeah, Palace all day then.
Palace going 1-1. Niall says West Ham to clip the Eagles' wings. Chris is going 2-1 Palace. Brian's going Desmond. There we go. They've been better without Zaha. I would agree with that. Storm Thomas, hello. Good evening, gents. Well, it is just morning here in the UK. Obviously, good evening to yourself, and obviously, good evening to everybody who is watching.
It's evening somewhere in the world anyway, so it's all good.
There is as well. Brentford, Nottingham Forest. I've got to say, you have to say Brentford win, surely. I mean, the only teams that have beaten Brentford at home this season are Newcastle and Arsenal.
Why have they got a sneak feeling Forest are going to do something? Sorry, and to be absolutely furious, but it's what that win potentially would do. No one would have anticipated them to be. I'm going to go with a probably against the odds win for Forest, but I've got a sneaky feeling they'll do something. So I'm going to go 2-1 Forest.
2-1 Forest. I unfortunately don't see Brentford losing. I'm going 2-0 Brentford. Mongolia, morning in Mongolia. Wow. Well, very, very welcome to the chat, Storm Thomas. UB's Brentford. Well, we know that.
Sorry, I wouldn't have liked my predictions for that game.
Brentford 3-0 on the Forest 1. Different story. Forest at home, 100%. Brentford at home, 3-1 Brentford. For Stevie Cooper Masterclass, Brentford have been struggling since the United game. Well, they did go and beat Chelsea. 4-0 Brentford, says Anne. Alan, hello, mate. Hope you're well. Hi, boys. Hope you're keeping both well. Brentford 2-1, 1-0 Brentford. Jack got a sneaky feeling he will do something. 5 p.m. Brentford comfortably. That could happen. That could happen. Brighton Wolves, though, that's an interesting one. I think it depends on what Brighton turn up. I suppose it kind of depends on what Wolves turn up. But I've got to be honest. I'm going to say 1-1.
Wolves are like one of the lowest scoring teams in the Premier League, mate. They've been a weird team the last couple of weeks. Games where you'd anticipate them to be winning, they've really dropped points here and there, mate. But Lopetegui, he's had a stop-start. But I think that FA Cup semi-finals absolutely wiped Brighton out. But the calibre of player on offer at Brighton, I'm anticipating them to get the win. So I'm gonna go 3-1 Brighton. I think it might be a bit more comfortable. Anticipated.
Yeah. Sorry, Storm. Evening. I should say that. Upper tier says beating Chelsea. 1-0 Brian, says Chris. Great shout, Douglas. 1-1 draw, says Niall. Brian 1, Wolves 1. Brian are dropping off a bit, but should still be Wolves 2-1. Wolves, the Atletico Madrid of Premier Leagues, love their 1-0s. Absolutely. And 2-0 Brian. And then hope Wolves for our points with the Reds, says Storm. 5-game Sunday. Bournemouth, Leeds. Oh. Bournemouth, if you win, you're safe. Leeds just need results. They need results. Don't say hand in the vitality. 3-1 Bournemouth. Easy win for Bournemouth.
Leeds, Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth. In all honesty, mate. Yeah, Bournemouth all the way. Once about that's got a 4-0 written all over it for Bournemouth. I think this might be the final nail in the coffin. I know for Leeds, but. Yeah, Bournemouth 4-0.
They've got a tough run-in coming up as well of Leeds. 2-2 says Chris. 1-0 Bournemouth, says Ant. Excuse me. Ellis says 2-0 Bournemouth. Billy and Solanke to run riot, says Niall. Hello, Mike Green. Hope you're well. 1-1, says Panoff Scouse. Yeah. Fulham City. I mean, if City win, they go ahead of Arsenal before they play Chelsea. I'm going 2-0 City.
Haaland 10 goals. Well, one game in his career in the Premier League, he's probably done a bang like a double hat trick. Well, he was close already. Was this season? I think in the
He
Premier
got
League,
five. Got five in one game, didn't he?
He got 5 in one game, and then Pep subbed him off. And that was probably in about 20 minutes. Yeah, it's City. It's Kevin De Bruyne. I just love him. I know he plays for City, but Kevin De Bruyne, man, he's just so good. For me, when he retires, big shout, but he's probably the greatest midfield player to ever play in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He's just got everything from a defensive point of view as well. For me, yes, he's surrounded with a great City side, but what is it, 4, 5, 6 titles? He'll probably end up with like 6, 7 titles at the end of his career at City.
Yeah.
He's just elevated City's game in the recent weeks. When you need big players, Doug and Chas, when they've needed push comes to shove, Kevin De Bruyne and of course Haaland have stepped up really to the mantle.
Yeah, 100%. I think so.
So we'll go 3-1 City for that one.
3-1 City. Bournemouth 3-0 Leeds, says Brian. I think Leeds will go down, says Storm. 1-0 Bournemouth relegate Leeds scum. Man City 3-1, says Mike. City all day, says Storm. 3-0 City Panoff. 4-1 City Brian. Fulham 1, Man City 2. Tough place to go to, but City turned their engines on now. 4-0 City. City by Murder Alvarez Hadrick. He's here for Champions League away from being at the top table. Yeah, he certainly is. Manchester United, Aston Villa. Now, this is a really interesting game because Aston Villa are in magnificent form. Absolutely magnificent form. And I don't know why, but this might be a surprise to people. I'm going for an Aston Villa win. I actually have a feeling Aston Villa will go Old Trafford and do the double over Manchester United, because they won 3-1 early in the season at Villa Park. But do you think the injuries are taking their toll on Manchester United?
I know Mike and Helly in the chat, and really shout out to them, legends. But yeah, as we're bigging up the plaudits to Unai Emery, they are statistically on paper one of the most informed teams in the whole of Europe. And what I didn't like, obviously it was good for Liverpool, but I think Ten Hag, this notion of they were in absolutely cruise control. I watched the highlights and the lack of clinical nature. There was no way they should have come back. Tottenham. I know we've got them on Sunday, and would it be typical Liverpool? We drop points there, but yeah, they were in cruise control. Not starting Rashford through the middle, I think that's been probably the downfall in recent weeks. Even in the FA Cup semi-final against Brighton, I didn't understand why Ten Hag played Martial up front. For me, Rashford is at his most deadly through the middle. He just causes absolute carnage. But if they are to get 3 points against Villa, you'd anticipate them to get 3 points United. But we've seen this performance in recent weeks, and it's what that would do for the confidence, really, mate. If United were to lose or draw, it's that mentality of even when Liverpool or teams when you're going for something, trepidation really seeps in, really. But yeah, United at home, you'd anticipate them to win that quite comfortably. So yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 United.
I mean, Niall says Villa 8-0. Imagine that. 2-2 says Panoff. It's my turn, Mike, to deal with the pain of playoffs as you did with Newport. Oh my God, Mr. Good Evening is our kryptonite. My United Villa won, very tough game at Old Trafford, but Old Trafford we seem from middle of the Premier League. 1-1 Villa, United 1-1. Can't call it, everyone wins. Then United strong. Stalemate 0-0. Yeah, we're incredible at home in the league. United managers talking about the tough schedule. Welcome to the real world of Eric. This ain't Holland. I think there's loads of contenders to manage the year. Like, I can't call it. Okay. Oh Christ! Just see the next game. Newcastle Southampton. That's a case of how many for Newcastle.
Oh, this could be another 9-0 chat. I bet you get rubbish odds on a 9-0, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I've gone 5-1. I've gone 5-1. I think Southampton will get a goal, but I've gone 5-1.
That's been kind for them, mate, I think, as well. You know what? I'm going to go 9-0 to Newcastle.
Oh, 9-0.
They're going to get absolutely battered. And we know the fever atmosphere. The fever atmosphere that's already happening at Newcastle, mate. We've obviously you had John on your channel last night, mate.
Yeah.
And it's great city, great set of fans. I love Newcastle anyway. And yeah, I think if you can, it didn't absolutely slap Southampton up. As you know, we're doing a watch long Southampton Bournemouth, and they were absolutely abysmal. Probably final nail on the coffin, really solidifying their place in the relegation zone for me, mate. Yeah, they didn't get done 9-0. It's going to be a big scoreline, for say the least, anyway.
I think so. 2-0 Newcastle. Saints getting ordained to the Championship. Newcastle 5-7. Southampton, in my predictions, they proved me wrong. 4-1 Newcastle. I'm not so sure. Remember, Southampton, Arsenal 3, Newcastle. What? Yeah. Southampton beat Chelsea 1-0 away, and we're 3-1 up at Arsenal. Liverpool Tottenham. I've got to be honest. I know Tottenham came back and drew 2-2 against Manchester United. But just something in that, and obviously I know you said it in your preview, didn't you? That usually these games are 2-1 as well. But
I hate these games. I hate these games, mate. It's so boring to watch. I don't understand how Tottenham fans can find any enjoyment over it. I suppose having Mourinho and Conte back to backs doesn't help. And then if you do get 9 goals in anyway, it's probably living in cloud 9 because they'll actually have an attacking forward-thinking coach. But yeah, no matter how bad and poor Spurs have been, Doug and chat, wouldn't surprise me if they come to Anfield and get a draw, because we've been in such better form in recent seasons. You think of the exquisite form Liverpool found themselves, but Tottenham always find a way to get a draw at Anfield or even a win. And they are, for me, one of the best counter-attacking sides in the whole of Europe when they're in form. Kulusevski, well, go through the team.
I know you're mad on predictions, but this is going to be one of my ones. I think we smash these. I'm going 3-0 Liverpool.
I hope you're right there, mate. I'm gonna go. I go 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a few. Oh, actually, Chris has just said 5-1 Liverpool. That'd be amazing. Oh my goodness me! If there was ever a game you did not want to predict, it's this one. Leicester City Everton.
5-0 Leicester.
And I'm going to go for Leicester. I'm going to 1-0 Leicester.
It's got 1-1 written all over this for me. Both teams, shocking defence, shocking attack. I'm going to go 1-0. And I don't think 1-0. That helps either side out anyway. But
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
I do not think it does either. And the last one is the big one, Arsenal-Chelsea. I mean, I went 2-1 Arsenal, but actually now thinking of it, Arsenal are due a battering for somebody. They really are. They've just been battered by Manchester City themselves. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going 4-0 Arsenal.
Russ, I know you didn't shout. You just said be kind to your neighbours. Hey, use our kind to Chelsea and they're lot next door as well. Tottenham. Yeah, Arsenal should win. We've been saying this for the last couple of weeks against, obviously, mate Russ in the comments. Yeah, I'm going to go a Chelsea win. They haven't even got a bloody striker, Chelsea anyway. And yeah, you've surely got to win this. I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal. I think they'll class a show. I know this notion of, they've bottled the league. Arsenal got Champions League football. That was the bare minimum for their requirements this season. And I think if I was an Arsenal fan, I think it's only looking going to be positive for the seasons to come anyway. You've got a young team, a lot of experience this year. They'll learn from this, as they did last year with the top 4 debacle anyway. But they've took a next step, and I think potentially next couple of years, if you can get the right players in, keep the manager as well, keep players fit, I think they'll challenge once again.
Yeah, 100%. Bunch of red cards coming. Always seems to be a red card between Arsenal and Chelsea. Always seem to be. Storm's going 2-2. Palace going 2-0 I'm not saying that. Arsenal 1-4. I don't know where the next one is coming from, says Ross. 3-1 Arsenal, 3-0 Arsenal. Mate, Russ.
You'll be
Chelsea are
sound.
garbage. Chelsea are garbage under Frank Lampard. Look at what's our do not get me started with Arsenal. Do not get me started with Arsenal. But yeah, that is that for the football show. A big thank you to Mr. Jack Mack for coming on again, and obviously Carl's absence. Carl will be back next week, as will I, as well. Yeah, you got a watch along of Crystal Palace West Ham coming up. But if people already don't know, please do tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, Anfield Road TV, mate. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Doug, for having me to let me come on today. My second back-to-back appearance. Might become a club legend very soon for the channel anyway. But a massive thank you, please, everyone. If you are watching on my channel, please do head over to obviously Carl's channel. He's got a Facebook page as well. The show, Doug, and obviously Carl, all the support you possibly can, everyone. If you haven't already done so, smash that like button as well, everyone, and subscribe to the lads' content as well. And yeah, I'll be live in 20 minutes, which I'm looking forward to. Hoping it's not a bloody ball draw. Should be a lot of goals. But...
well, there is usually a board draw in there, but yeah, hopefully for yourselves it won't be, to say the very, very least. Great lunch entertainment, thank you, Hella. Yeah, as I said, Jack is live in about 20 minutes time for Palace West Ham. That'll be a very interesting game, that one. Thanks, fellas, guys. Keep up the good run later. Chat, thank you, Panoff. Jack is a cult hero currently.
Far from it, lad, but I'll take it anyway.
He'll become part of the furniture very, very soon. He'll become part of the furniture.
I'll be doing a Tom Bowley. I'll be coming in the meetings when you're planning your shows. Oh, what are you doing?
Take care, also, Chris. I'll be tuning in, Jack. Yeah, absolutely, as well. But yeah, guys, obviously, if you haven't already, please do leave a like on the video. Leave a like on the video, obviously, over on here, the Totally Levy Horn and Football podcast, and also the Anfield Road TV as well. And also do hit that subscribe button, because we are on the road to 100 subscribers on here. And already, if you don't know where my channel is, it is the Duggar Football channel. I do have another channel on here as well. But guys, thank you very much, and enjoy the football. Should be fabulous. And yeah, the second last there. Get your teeth in. Penultimate week of the Championship. Penultimate week of League One and League Two. Yeah, this is the sort of the weekend of going down, and obviously coming up as well. So good luck to everyone in your teams, and have fun. And I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.